How's it, guys? Welcome to another video of Asian Man Struggles. I know it's been a while since I last made a video, and to be honest, this video, it's not going to be the best quality, just warning you. It's just a lot of my notes of this theory that I'm coming up with. And it's not, just some hack theory, I made up on the spot. But it's a collective from experience, from reading articles, and just from observing men and women, and generally, what do they want from each other in a romantic sense? Why do we pair up, and why is there romance, and what attracts each other, And so this video is gonna touch up on that, and it's gonna be a little bit different. Usually, you guys are used to seeing my PowerPoint slides. But this time I'm going to do my first ever screen capture or screen recording. So you're going to see me on the computer just showing you all the slides. And, like I said, it's not going to be the best quality. But here it goes. Alright, guys. So this is my first attempt of screen recording of my desktop. Here's my PowerPoint. And yes, I am a PC user. Sorry, you Mac users out there. Please don't hate. Well, anyways, so take this presentation with a grain of salt. Basically, what I'm trying to tell you all is that what exactly do men want from women, and what exactly do women want from men? And what are the main things that get us attracted to each other? Okay, and there's a whole lot of things, but if I had to simplify, if aliens from another planet wanted to figure out men and women out, I feel like this is, or they want to figure out the mating strategy, or just dating perspective of both. What is it that they both want? All right. Okay. So, what am I trying to find out? So here are some questions I've always pondered at, and take this with a grain of salt. You may not believe in all of this that I wrote my notes about, from psychology, from dating perspective, from anything. Okay, this is completely made up by myself, and just take it with a grain of salt and see what I have to say. So basically, what do women really want in manly men? That's something I want to know. Why do men and women cheat if they were once madly in love together? Why do some men leave, your very caring, beautiful woman? We've seen that. Why do some independent, financially, actually not some, cross that out, mostly most, why do most independent, financially successful, and strong-minded women also want someone who's also just the same or more, okay? Independent, strong, and financially successful. And it might be common sense to some, but this is what I'm trying to explain. But let's figure out why. All right, so keep in mind, both sexes want similar things: trust, sex, companionship, compatibility, fun, relationship. Whether it's committed or non-committed, I loop them together, because even if they were looking for something long-term or short-term or whatever, it's still relationship of some sort, right? And it ties together with a mutual goal, all right, that they both have with each other, and of course someone attractive. So these are the things that they all share in common, both men and women, all right. Well, but if we get down to the root of what they want, that is the difficult part. So what do men really want? We'll start with the easier one, okay? So what men really want, from what I research, from what I theorize, is that they want two things, okay? They want femininity, being feminine, that is, and a purpose, a sense of purpose. And what this means is that these two things are what makes men attracted to women, okay? And you might disagree, but it's the root of all attraction between a man and a woman. And what men desire of women, okay? And you might disagree otherwise, but hear what I have to say. So let's start with femininity. Okay, what exactly is that? So, aside from appearance, guys, aside from all that physical stuff, of how women look, how they dress, how they are, boobs, ass, whatever, that men like to see, beauty. If you put that aside, femininity is more than that. For one, it's the ability to take care of and nurture another person. It's similar to being motherly in a sense, but being feminine is about really just caring and know how to take care, of someone and something too. And it has a certain softness to us, okay? And it's not necessarily a passiveness, however. It's more similar to a child, where they're very curious. They're very I would say kind of innocent, but also very soft. They're not aggressive. But I'm sure some are even violent. But take that into consideration. Just someone soft. Empathy, emotionally expressive, making a place to a home, and a family to a warm, so socially connected bond with each other. And also, I would say it's also about preserving beauty. Like a female who just knows how to take care of herself, hold it to a standard, and preserving that beauty as well. So like going my makeup, taking care of her body, all that pays to that attribute of being feminine. Okay, so that's kind of general idea of what I think femininity is. And so what is purpose then? Why do men need a purpose? And if we have to define it, purpose is basically just a need and its desire to do something in order to achieve something, in order to maintain it. It's very logical. Men, when they think, they want something. Okay, if I want this, and if I do this, I'll get what I want. So, when men see other women, they need to have a purpose, whether it's just to, fuck them or whatever, or to be in a relationship. They need to have a purpose, okay? And you might argue, oh, well, women have purpose too when they date. And yes, that's true. But it's what purpose that drives men in order to stay with them, to really live a life with that woman. So easily, men can go astray because if they lack purpose with that woman. And I'll go into depth how the female wants are different. Okay, yes, they do have some sense of purpose, but it's a bit different. So if you look at this chart here I made for men, and the root of it all, men want a feminine woman. Okay, that's what they downright want. And then outside of that, they need a purpose. Okay, they need a purpose, and the purpose is the motive or drive to continue being with that girl or woman. Okay, and so this is what they want, this is what they chase after, but this is what gets them to stay. Okay, this is what gets men to stay. So these two things drive the attraction for a man. All right, let's say there's a woman who's super feminine, very genuinely feminine. A man is attracted to that, all right? But if she doesn't really give him a purpose to stay, let's say there's some things that he didn't really care for. He doesn't want to live a life with her, So he no matter how turned on he is by her, if for some reason she doesn't give a purpose to him, whatever that might be, whether it's just sex, family, long-term relationship, short-term relationship, if he doesn't feel that from her, then he won't stay, even if she's super feminine. All right. And then there's some other women, they give a purpose to him to want to be with them, even though they lack the feminine qualities. But because of the purpose, some of them will hook up with them, stay with them. But it depends how long would they be with them. Let's say if this lady, this girl, is not that feminine, and over time he loses attraction. Sure, he still has a purpose to stay with her. Maybe they have kids together, but because of that, it's lacking. It's very lacking, and it could cause the reason why he would leave. So these two core values is what drives men to be with women. Okay, and to be attracted to them as well. So with that in mind, what about women? Let's go into the next topic. So does that mean women want masculinity? Not exactly. They do like masculine traits, is what I found out. Okay, they might be attracted to a man that's really masculine. But let's say if he solely relies on his masculinity, it doesn't go too far. From personal experience, from experience you see in the media or whatever, or even your own personal experience, you've seen like very manly men, right? And as much as they're manly and stuff, for some reason they can't hold on to the girl. Whatever it may be. Maybe because they're not their feelings. They're not too deep with their own feelings with her. He doesn't share anything with her, or other reasons why. There's other reasons why. Even if he's a really manly man, some women don't even get turned on by muscles. Not all of them do. I'm sure most of them like muscles, but there's more to that, right? There's more to than masculinity. But let's define masculinity first. And masculinity, aside from the physical stuff like muscles, the looks, basically, physical stuff, like as I said, for women, it's about being assertive. So masculinity, it's about having a go after what you want for yourself or the group. Okay, you take it, you go after it. And then it's also very stoic, meaning you show really little emotion. You're more focused on the logical reasoning behind things. Okay, you take the lead. You assume leadership when it's necessary, and then it is very competitive in a way. Being masculine, you compete. Okay, it's driven by competition. In other words, it's all about also attaining resources or power of some kind. When it comes to masculine, and these are the traits that tie into masculinity. And of course, there's also strength and stuff, but I would kind of lump strength with the physical aspect of it. Especially nowadays, strength doesn't matter as much. Before it did, when you're in the caveman days, because you need to be strong, right? To carry on the hunt or whatever it is. But yeah, so that's the general idea of what masculinity is. So now we can move on to what women want. And as I said before, it's not masculinity. What women really want is these two things here: it's support and the valuable. Okay, support, you probably understand. Oh yeah, women always need support of some kind, emotional support or whatever. Well, but it covers more than that, I would say. Okay, and then the valuable, I don't mean to be chauvinistic, whatever that word is, or sexist or whatever. When I mean the valuable, I kind of mean that it's something that has value of some sort. It doesn't have to be resources, it doesn't have to be money, it doesn't have to be like jewels or whatever. And this chart will explain. So just like how I made for the men's wants and attraction and core values, these are the core values for women. Okay, and support, as I said, it's not just emotional support or whatever. It's something that will improve her life. All right, it makes survival a lot easier for her. And it's also her own personal needs, whatever that may be. If she has personal needs of a man who will listen to her all the time, okay, or pay attention to her, that's something that's support. That's part of support. And then the valuable, or as I said, masculine traits are valuable. They're definitely valuable. Women definitely need a man who's very successful in his field. He's assertive, takes what he wants, goes up the chain, the competitive chain of the company or whatever, and that's valuable. Societal acceptance, that's something else I've labeled, because women really care about being accepted. Resources, so that could be money or whatever. Good companionship, protection, a lot of these things are valuable to her, and then she holds it to a degree. So when she meets a man who has very valuable traits, such as these, that can provide her these things, he is deemed very valuable. Alright? And this attracts her. But, if this is all he has, even though she's attracted, it doesn't sustain her for long. Because he also needs to be a support in her life. Okay? And then we see that with some men. Alright? They're really, valuable men. They make a whole lot of money. They're good-looking guys. But for some reason, the wife still has some other guy on the side. Why is that? Well, maybe because this husband of hers, who's super rich or whatever, doesn't give her the support that she needs. Okay. And then I can also, on the flip side, say that some men would also give too much support for the woman. Okay, make all this thing easy for her, but he's not a really valuable man. All right, he doesn't really have all this down. So she might stay with him for the support, but at the same time, she would be infatuated with men who do have these valuable things. Okay, so her core values are valuable traits. Valuable traits, and some men have that will attract her. But she also considers support. One can say, I guess you can take the comparison of the nice guy and the dick. Okay, the nice guy gives a lot of support. He listens to her, he's her friend, and it improves her life somehow, emotional support, whatever. But maybe he doesn't have a lot of valuable stuff or valuable traits, so she's not really attracted to him. And so that can work that way too. And some very masculine men are really valuable, but they lack the support. So also, that will not sustain her as well. Okay, so these are the core values of what women want and are attracted to. If I had to really, get down to the core of it all. But, as to answer my question earlier, why are today's independent, strong women like this? Okay, and the same thing. They want support and they want the valuable. Just because they're doing well for themselves, they're successful, independent, strong-minded, they also want a man who's the same or more. And the reason why is because what they want plays into these two things. Okay, a rich woman, independent woman wants someone who can support her. Maybe not financially, but emotionally. Okay. And then she's also attracted to valuable traits too. So if the guy is really good looking, he's very masculine, she's also attracted to that. All right. So it doesn't matter. No matter what the woman, successful, independent, as masculine as the woman is too, these are the two things that they really want. Okay. And then if we go back to the men over here. Same thing. Even if it's a pretty girl who's super feminine, if she doesn't give him a purpose to stay, he will fall out of love too, or attraction, or whatever. Okay, so these are some of the two things that I've come up with from experience, from reading articles, and just trying to understand the nature of men and women. Okay, and what they want from each other. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I know there's probably a lot of disagreements in your head going right now, and if you're still with me, that's great. If you checked out earlier, sorry I couldn't make this more exciting to understand and to follow. It's just something it's quite new to me as well, coming up with these theories and just talking about. But like I said, this is a discussion. It's more of a discussion. It's not scientific. Something I made up, but I want to hear what you guys think, so let me know in the comments below. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. As always, carry on.